Ezekiel in my heart I pray. Ezekiel in my heart, keep me darling. Dulwich Hamlet, and we follow Cabin Road.
Today I'm cycling 30 miles to watch hipsters' favourite Dulwich Hamlet play Slough Town in the Vanarama National League South. Dulwich are by far the best supported team in this division. They regularly get crowds of over 2,500 at their home, Champion Hill, and they've even had a few sellouts this season, which is incredible at this level. They're in patchy form at the moment. They've lost 3 on the bounce, and they've not actually won in their last 5 home games, but they are just outside the playoffs. They face a mid-table Slough Town who are in better form and actually beat title-chasing Maidstone United last week. As you can see, it's a beautiful day. It's a relatively flat cycle as well, not too many hills on the way. And it's also my last trip of the series. It's going to be fewer than 55 miles. So all the remaining rides are actually quite horrific. So I'm really looking forward to today. So I'm going to head off and enjoy what should be a really nice cycle to watch a very intriguing game in the National League South.
You believe it's morning, I'm alive, but that's the last thing on my mind. You believe it's morning, I'm alive, but that's the last thing on my mind.
Yeah, see him in the street struggling, young, dumb and thugging, give a...
That man's an imposter. That man is the imposter.
Who are you?
My name's James Gale, and I thought it would be a lovely day for a bike ride.
Why are you wearing my top?
Well, riding out to Dulwich Hamlet to raise a bit of money for Prostate Cancer UK. What about you?
Well, that's my gig. What are you doing? He looks like a ginger Santa Claus. Right, let's go to Dulwich Hamlet and watch some National League South.
Let's go that way.
It's great.
Or that way, I don't know.
Pour la capture de cet homme est de $5,000. Un certain Judas a trouvé que $30 c'était tout à fait suffisant. Il n'y avait pas de dollars à cette époque-là. Mais des fils de pute, ça y en avait.
Sous le sombrero, la folie des hommes colorés. Dommage, dommages collatéraux. Hommage au sombrero, anonyme sous le sombrero, victime de la folie des hommes qu'on nomme dommages collatéraux. Dommage, le village de Pau où je lance des nuages de signaux, où je dis famille qu'ils terrorisent, ils disent duel au soleil. Mes boots font des clics-tics, gros plan sur mon soleil comme dans un western spaghetti. Je terrorise les peurs lorsque j'arrive au saloon. Serre-moi 1 litre d'alcool quand j'avance, écarte la foule. Dis que si un homme quitte la réserve, s'évada, va bientôt giser au sol de la Sierra Nevada. Accoudé au comptoir, je raconte l'histoire de la tribu Conchassa. J'entends venir tes pas et l'ami, les apparences sans en bas. Car la nuit, tous les shits sont gras et les anges déchus sont là. Crache ton truc à chiquer, c'est moi que tu trouves crado. Dépêche-toi pour m'affronter, Chico. Je descends toujours les desperados avant mon petit déjeuner. Tu sens déjà les gouttes s'écouler sur tes tempes pendant que prends tes mesures le croque-mort qui refermera le couvercle. Au-dessus de ta tête, les vautours tournent déjà en cercle. Hommage au sombrero, anonyme sous le sombrero, victime de la folie des hommes qu'on nomme dommages collatéraux. Dommage, le village de Pau où je lance des nuages de signaux, où je dis famille qu'ils terrorisent, ils disent dommages collatéraux. Hommage au sombrero, anonyme sous le sombrero, victime de la folie des hommes qu'on nomme dommages collatéraux. Dommage, le village de Pau où je lance des nuages de signaux, où je dis famille qu'ils terrorisent, ils disent dommages collatéraux. C'est l'histoire d'un peuple en paix sur des terres où étaient plantés des tipis et moi tout petit joue avec des peintures teintées. C'est le Wild Wild West qui nous a élevés comme une mère solitaire. J'ai retiré ma veste dans un nuage de poussière. J'ai beau la capoter, j'enlève pas les taches de ma vie. J'ai grandi dans un saloon de bas étage où je prenais pour une auberge la maison close d'en face, répétant la tolière que je suis un monde d'amour. Alors resserre-moi une tasse, même si j'ai toujours sur les traces des chasseurs de canage comme Livan Cliff. Pourtant ça me fait plus rien de voir ma face sur les affiches. Recherche mort ou vif, cause I shot the sheriff. Pour emporter Brigitte sur mon cheval blanc. À l'ouest rien de nouveau, les ballots de paille. Tournoie toujours avec le vent et je traverse toujours l'ouest sauvage. avec le bandana du clan. Hommage au sombrero, anonyme sous le sombrero, victime de la folie des hommes qu'on nomme dommages collatéraux. Dommage, le village de Pau où je lance des nuages de signaux, où je dis famille qu'ils terrorisent, ils disent dommages collatéraux. Hommage au sombrero, anonyme sous le sombrero, victime de la folie des hommes qu'on nomme dommages collatéraux. Dommage, le village de Pau où je lance des nuages de signaux, où je dis famille qu'ils terrorisent, ils disent dommages collatéraux. Qu'est-ce que je te raconte? Yeah. Mon histoire est tellement triste que plus rien se passe dans ma tête. Depuis qu'on nous a volé les terrains de chasse de nos ancêtres, près des lacs d'Arizona où la cavalerie arriva. Un soir d'orage sous les nuages, ses armes à feu, ses soldats impérialistes. Et s'il fallait pas que ça suffise, la variole, la syphilis. Pas de pause pour les damnés, les papous détalés, les squaws, les mères violées. Mais il en venait toujours plus sous leur bannière étoilée. Ils assassinaient nos bisons, ont brûlé leur maison. Personne n'était heureux, laisse-moi.
Go. I made it to Dulwich Hamlet, this beautiful corner of London, where I'm here to watch the Dulwich Hamlet team warming up behind me, playing Slough Town in the Vanarama National League South. Dulwich are managed by Gavin Rose, who took over in about 2009, while he was still playing for him actually. To give that some context, that same season that he took over, the Premier League top scorers included Louis Sahar, Nicholas Anelka and Darren Bent. So, you know, it was some time ago. Let's go through the Dulwich Hamlet lineup. We'll start with goalkeeper Charlie Granger, mainly because he looks like my boss. So every time I see him play, I have some sort of Pavlovian reaction and think I've got to give him the latest financial reports. He's an athletic keeper, he's got a great kick on him.
Your boss?
So he can launch a number of counter-attacks for Dulwich today. In defence, we've got Ronnie Vint, the former Dartford linchpin. He's imperious in defence and you expect to see him marshalling that back line well. In midfield, you look for Giovanni McGregor as the kind of architect of a lot of their attacks. He's got a great eye for a pass and deadly from set pieces. So he's definitely a danger man if he plays today. And up front, we've got Reece Alassani. He sort of plays up front, or maybe he's sort of slightly out on the wings. He's actually wearing number 7 today, so I presume he's going to be cutting in off the wing. He's a great player, lovely turn of pace. He's been really unlucky with injuries. He's picked up a couple of really bad knee injuries that have kept him out for a total of about 2 seasons. But on his day, he's one of the best players in the league. Also up front, they've got Danny Mills, who's actually on the bench today, but he's a real aerial threat. He's scored 10 goals this season. I suspect the majority of them have indeed been headers. They face the Slough Town side, managed by that rarity in football, joint managers, where they're managed by Neil Baker and John Underwood together. They've also been in charge for a number of years, since about 2013. They've won a few promotions with this Slough Town side, so they're very popular with their fan base. For them, one of their main threats is going to be breakthrough 18-year-old striker Alfonso Telconi, who scored about 8 goals this season, having come through their youth squad. So expect him to be a bit of a threat. And they've also got Aaron Cool in midfield, an industrious midfielder with a touch of the Carlos Valderrama, and not just because he's got big curly hair. But mainly because he's got big curly hair. Right, so those are the teams. Let's go and check out some of this famous Dulwich Hamlet scran. What do you think, Jace?
That is delicious. Thank you, Dulwich Hamlet, for such... I mean, look at that. I mean, that is delicious. Look at that. That is not a rubbish burger or a sweaty pie.
Yeah, somehow I have to say, I think that's better than that Dartford, that burger I had at Dartford, for sure.
Sweaty burgers, yeah.
Nom.
I wake up with the brush of my busted teeth. They wanted these lucky luxuries. Now I wake up whenever it comforts me. Sit down on the train on the dusty seat. Into the city where they hustle cheap just to eat the most supple meat. Why pay for the cow when the tongues for free? I'ma see the world so my first son can see. My father door but never touched the key. To get tricked by slick Mike Huckabee. I'ma always now seem dumb to me, but you'd have probably done the same when you were young as me. I'm taking every shot to the buzzer beefs and touching every base till I scuff my cleats. Been nice since I was in dungarees, so when it's all said and done, I'm a fucking face. Play with a really learn what an army meant. Got fans in the uniform guardians, and they all got family to long for them. I don't want to hear another word from a rock till they turn up the clock and brings them home. They need him over here where the people don't fear the next moment something explodes, and we still torturing. Damn, it feels fraudulent to lie that we more righteous than the people that we war against. The audience is partying with all the best intoxicants as a fellow human smell the fumes of dead and rotten
and we
flesh.
and we fall, and we all must live for today, and we walk, and we fall, and we all must live for today.
So I go to sleep and hope and needs my eyes to find that no one seems to care about the slowly creeping hopes and see that's growing deeper. Oh, you just be hating so, cause they too cold like the H2O where the glaciers flow. Wait, where the glaciers go? Never mind, your brain's too slow. Sorry if I'm not believing what you talk to stop the heathens. And really, if there's karma, why the daily Gandhi bleeding? I ain't trapped within the lines of any kind of palm you reading. This is my life and I'ma live it like I've always dreamed it.
Vision of a just society is where that every person, every little small child should have the same chance to reach their full potential. To me, that's
match. So it finished 1-1. It was a bit of a sort of cagey first half. There's a few good chances. One fantastic chance for Dulwich, where Jonathan North, the goalkeeper for Slough, pulled off an amazing save. But it was 0-0 at half time. So into the second half, it was quite a cagey game, quite balanced in many ways. But it was Ben Harris who actually opened the scoring for Slough Town, put them 1-0 up, and it was a goal that, as you'll have seen from the highlights, I didn't actually see. So 1-0 going into the final throws of the game. Dulwich brought on Danny Mills, they brought on George Green, they threw everything they could at the goal. A couple of very, very poor set pieces, it has to be said. Some corners not beating the first man, criminal. But ultimately it went into the 4th minute of injury time. Then Dulwich finally broke the deadlock. So there was a bit of a scramble in the box. The ball fell to Sakeja, who managed to toe poke the ball between Jonathan North's legs to equalise in the 94th minute for Dulwich Hamlet. Jonathan North was not happy, lots of smashing of the ground and throwing of water bottles and kicking of posts as it was 1-1 to Dulwich right at the final throw. And the drama wasn't over there. Ronnie Vint got sent off we don't actually know. Shouting and swearing at the referee, or maybe a rough challenge. We couldn't actually see exactly what it was. It was a bit of a Chris Kamara, is he getting sent off moment? I don't know, Jeff. But that was the end of the drama, and it finished 1-1, and quite an entertaining game, certainly for the last 20 minutes. Thanks for joining me on the cycle ride today, James. It's been a lot of fun. We've been raising money for Prostate Cancer UK, and we are so close to our target. We've possibly even hit it. We've certainly come very, very, very close indeed. And a big thanks to the team at Edgemy, who James actually works for, who have also sponsored us today. So yeah, really appreciate your employers sponsoring us, despite the fact that they're a competitor of the team that I work for.
Nice one, Jacob. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. Prostate Cancer UK, they're a fantastic charity, representing, 1 in 8 men get prostate cancer. So this is really, really important. So thank you very much to everybody that's donated. It makes a massive difference. You are legends.
And I have to say a massive thank you to our hosts here at Dulwich Hamlet, who've been extremely generous, not only allowing us to stash our bikes in the ground, avoiding us having to take a heavy lock, but they've also agreed to donate the 50-50 prize fund from today's draw to the campaign. So really appreciate everyone at Dulwich Hamlet. Thanks very much. So next week I'll be cycling 90 kilometres all the way up to Hemel Hempstead to watch them play good old Tunbridge Angels. I've been the cycling researcher. Thanks very much for joining me, James, and I'll see you next week.
I've been the glamorous assistant, by the way. Beautiful.